Open your gobs and prepare to chow down on the government's piping hot affairs report. It's out to reassure us that Australia is one of the most food-secure countries in the world.
We as a nation are producing more than we need.
It's also a reminder that recent food panic buying should be remembered by the nation as a strange, shameful time. In much the same way we recall the time Angry Anderson sang from the back of the Batmobile at the 91 Grand Final.
Life's tough, so what?
Stop it.
We have one of the greatest food securities in the world. People need to relax, they need to calm down and understand Australian farmers have got them covered.
The freshly baked affairs report reminds the nation that we produce much more food than we consume, with 70% of our agricultural product exported.
We as a nation of 25 million people can produce enough food for 75 million. We're exporting 76% of our beef production, over 70% of our wheat production and over 50% of our rice production.
We only import about 10% of our food, and even those international supplies are unlikely to be disrupted. So, Lise, you can continue to eat all the wasabi you want.
Brilliant. Thanks, Tommy. Oh.
And who do we have to thank for all this food? Legends like this.
I did some calculations. Based on average wheat yields, this paddock alone should grow enough wheat to make 2.25 million loaves of bread. That equates to 22 million of these Vegemite sandwiches just off this paddock.
Farmer Sam Hegney posted this vid so Aussie panic buyers can calm the heck down. Our farmers are growing 3 times as much food as we need.
That paddock alone will fill 2.5 million of these tins of chickpeas on your supermarket shelf. Another paddock over there should grow enough barley to make 23.5 million cans of beer. That's almost 1 tinny per Australian just off that paddock. In Australia, we don't have to worry too much about food security. Aussie farmers are great at what we do.
Today's report also had some promising signs about rain, with the BOM predicting rainfall in the coming months likely to be higher than average across most of Australia. Oh, it's enough to bring tears to your eyes.
We've been bashed around the head a fair bit the last few years with drought, and even in the worst drought in 120 years, we kept food on supermarket shelves. So a virus is not going to stop us either. In Australia, don't sweat the food security. Aussie farmers have got you covered. Calm the farm. We've got this. Have a great day.
Food security is so important, guys, and will become even more important in the future. But this obviously only works if we're all reasonable. So if somebody still goes into the supermarket and buys up all the pasta, for example, it doesn't matter how much of the thing we produce, it still means we go in there and there's nothing on the shelf. So it requires all of us to be reasonable, or else, you know, these things go out the window.
Really good package there, though, Tommy, because it is so frustrating. Of all the countries in the world, you know, there actually are some countries that do have a real issue needing to import food. We are not one of them.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And if we've got chickpeas, bread and beer covered, I think we're all going to be fine.
Yeah,
Don't forget the wasabi.
I mean, we're...
The Aussie made
How are you going
wasabi.
with that, by the way?
Took me about an hour to get my nose back in shape after that. I don't know whose idea it was, and I have no idea why I said yes.
I think we all know whose idea it was.
I absolutely loved it, and I thought it was great. I think it was your best eating experience or eating demonstration on the project since that time that you had a dump in your mouth. Remember that?
I'm getting a reputation courtesy of you, Tommy. This is always your idea.
Good stuff.
For people that don't know, Lisa puts more wasabi on your sashimi than I have ever seen in my life.
Why are you outing her right now? Jeez, PVO, we've got actual news to do. Goodness gracious.
Why does Tommy get away with it? All right, let's move on.
All right.